Good afternoon, a beautiful, magical Monday to everyone here. Joining you a little bit later, which is totally okay. I had some calls and meetings that I had to get in, and so here I am, and I am noticing that I am a little bit dark. So I'm just gonna kind of slide my phone over until I can grab some light here so you can actually see me a little bit better, and I actually may slide here, so hang on, come with me till I can find some good lighting here that I can be next to and see if that's a little bit better. Looks like I'm gonna have to keep sliding and sliding. Okay, there we go. Hello everyone, sorry about that. I had some lighting that just was not working. It was way too dark for you to be even to see me. So let's start again. Welcome to a glorious magical Monday, and now that we've got some lighting we can actually get started. So I've had so much expansion this past month that I have so much to share with you that I really have to take my time and slow down and pull apart the pieces and bring to you what I feel would be most helpful to you on your journey. And so today I want to just bring up that sometimes in our lives we just have those days that just are. You literally wished for them to be over even before you get out of bed, or maybe you get halfway through your day and you're thinking to yourself, holy cow, I can't wait until I can go to bed tonight. Anybody relate to this whatsoever? I think you can. And so as I've been listening to Facebook land and listening to my private clients and even myself, I realize that some of us maybe don't have the tools, or maybe we don't have the right mindset on working through these days that just don't feel as awesome as the other days. And so I wanted to give you some tips that I have found that work for me, and to kind of walk you through a process to hopefully give you a little bit more ease and flow and grace as you go through these days. So we all have those days where we have, I call them hiccups in life. You know, things don't go according to plan. Things don't go the way you thought you did. You thought you had everything figured out and things aren't figured out. And you're just kind of going through and just getting through your day the best you can. And awesome for you, because we all need to do that. However, if we take a little bit of a deeper look at the way our day is going, you might be able to find a little bit more ease and flow and grace within that with some tools that I'm going to give you today. So the first thing I want to bring up is that when something happens in our life that we did not plan on, or that was unexpected, or it could just be something little, like we spilled our coffee on the floor, or one of our little fur babies had an accident, or the car battery won't start, or you get to work and someone's calling in sick and so now you've got double the work. This is just life. It all happens. However, one of the reasons that it kind of goes from to not so great is that we have, here's this beautiful word again that I've talked about so much, an attachment. We have the attachment to what we feel our day looks like. And when we have that attachment to what our day should look like, all of a sudden when it doesn't go that way, holy cow, things blow up like really fast. I know you can so relate to this. And so that word attachment, you've heard me use it in so many other videos, and it will not be the last time that I'll be using it, that you've got an attachment, and so now all of a sudden things aren't going the way you planned, and holy cow, it doesn't feel so great. So the first thing is to not having an attachment to what your day is going to look like. Does that mean that we can't set intentions? No, set your intentions for the day. Absolutely. Manifest to the universe what you want to happen. However, now let go of that attachment. The second thing that happens with these days that we feel are just so yuck and going on is that we label them and we judge them. We judge them as good or bad, right? Think about this. Every moment you have in your life, you either judge as good or bad. I spilt my coffee, bad. The dog had an accident on the floor, bad. Oh my gosh, the sun is out, good. I got to go to the beach today, awesome. So we start judging and labeling the moments that we have in life also having an attachment to those. So when something quote unquote bad happens, it starts to set our day in that tone or the energy or the vibration of things going worse or bad because of that judgment. So we've got the attachment, first of all, to the way our day should look like. Second of all, we're judging the moments that we have, whether they're good or bad. And then the third thing that happens is now because we've attached it, we've judged it, now we've actually moved ourselves onto the path of either having a high vibrational day, good, or a low vibrational day, bad. So what I want to do is give you a few tips that as you go through your day to be able to move a little bit smoother with ease and flow and grace instead of all of a sudden hitting these little hiccups and going down that path of, oh my gosh, and excuse my language, I'm having a really shitty day. So the first thing I want to bring up is it's so important to be in the moment of each day and live in that moment and taking that moment for what it is. So for instance, you wake up in the morning and you automatically wake up and the dog had an accident on the floor. Okay, the dog had an accident on the floor. Clean it up. No big deal. Living in the moment, it is what it is. Great. So let's play it on the other side. You get up in the morning, the sun is shining, right? The weather is warm. You've got the day off from work and all of a sudden, okay, now you've got a good scenario. So what I'm asking you to do is to live in the moment of each day that you have. Take it moment by moment by moment. When we do that, it's easier for us to stay in that higher vibration instead of dropping down into that lower vibration. Either way, if things good or bad happen to us or those moments occur to us during the day, it's easier to stay in high vibration because we're living moment by moment. We are literally just taking what happens to us, figuring out the situation, figuring out what to do, and then moving through it. And as you start to do that day by day with every moment that you have, it'll be easier and easier to get through those days that don't feel so awesome. So first thing is live moment by moment. Take what occurs in each situation as just what it is. That's all. The second part is not taking and attaching a judgment to it. So a situation is just a situation. It really is not good or bad. It just is. So whether the coffee spilt on your clothes, whether the dog had an accident, whether the car battery won't start, whether the sun is shining, whether you're going to the beach for the day, whether the kids are fighting or whether the kids are not fighting, each situation is just a situation. It is not good or bad. It just is. And so if we can release that judgment to it and not label it as good or bad, we'll be able to move through our day, like I said, with more ease, flow, and grace. So those are just some ways that I've been able to help my clients and help myself move through those days. So now you're thinking in your head, and I know this, you're like, Heather, okay, I'm telling you, some days I just have shit days. It just is. Some days are just crap days. What do you do? And you want to know what? We all have those days that are just those days. You wake up, your mood's off, you're not feeling high vibrational. Maybe it's cold outside, maybe it's rainy, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, whatever. We're just not feeling all together. So what do? I've got a great term for this. When I have those days, I call it a spa day. And what do I mean by that? Whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. We all have space within our days. And I literally call those days a spa day. And I literally do what I basically have to do to get through my day. And then I use my self-care practices. I get outside in nature. I go for a walk. I sit and rest if I need to. I take a nap. And yeah, maybe some days I go to the spa and I get a massage or I get a pedicure. Some days we do just have those days. And those are the days I up my self-care practices so I can move through my day with a little bit more ease and flow and be able to wake up the next day in right alignment, in right energy. Okay? I desire that this video was so helpful for you that you're able to take some bits and pieces from it and help you to navigate on your day-to-day to make it a little bit more ease, have a little bit more flow, a little bit more grace on those days that sometimes just aren't working. So this week's challenge, if you want to join me, is to be fully aware of your moments throughout your day, whether you have an attachment to them and whether you're judging them with the good or the bad, whether you are living moment to moment or whether you are generalizing everything like, oh my gosh, today was awful. Well, why was today awful? Well, because I spilled my coffee. Well, that's it. You just spilled your coffee. How is that a crappy day? It's not. It's just a crappy moment, or it's just the moment that happened. So this week's challenge: be very aware of your day-to-day life, on the moments that you're living, whether you have an attachment to them and whether you are judging them. And then if you are, just pivot, change that thought and take the judgment out. And the third part of it is see how this feels for you when you start to use this method of not attaching and not judging the moment or the situation that happened to you, and see how it feels and see if you're able to navigate your day with more ease, flow, and grace. Awesome. I hope this was so helpful to you on this magical Monday. Everyone have a beautiful, beautiful day. From my soul to yours. Namaste.